Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the virtual edition of the 10th anniversary of the SKN Foundation. I'm so excited to be here tonight with my dear friend and organizer of past live galas, Sonalika Ahuja, co-emceeing with me. Sonalika, it's lovely to see you, virtually at least, and you're looking absolutely stunning as always.
Thank you, Jitin. It's so nice to be back for my 5th year in a row supporting SKN Foundation. And in the past, it's always been a pleasure organizing and promoting the gala. It's a cause that's so near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely. But you know, this year the gala is going to look a little bit different than the years past. We won't have the red carpet, the beautiful decor, the inviting tables, and the lavish meals, but we will have entertainment, celebrities, speakers, and a lot of heart.
That we will, Jitin. And it's so important for people to participate this year, more than ever. Not only has it been a difficult year for individuals, businesses, and corporations, it's been the worst year for nonprofits, especially those in the healthcare field, like SKN.
Absolutely. And for those of us who are joining us for the very first time, the SKN Foundation, founded a decade ago by Dr. Naveen Malhotra, focuses on providing healthy solutions for South Asians living with diabetes, cancer, and special needs. The work they have done to improve the overall health and well-being of the South Asian community is phenomenal. And with your support again this year, it's only going to get better.
In addition to the community at large, SKN's mission and vision have always attracted the attention of celebrities such as Juhi Chawla, Minnie Mathur, Vikas Khanna, Lisa Ray, and Mandira Bedi over the past few years. You'll hear from a few of them tonight as we rewind and play their supporting words from the previous galas.
And you'll also actually hear about the tremendous work the SKN team has been doing around the pandemic this year, delivering PPE equipment to hospitals around New Jersey, creating food banks for those in need, and rising to the challenge every step of the way in the midst of a global health crisis.
Last but not the least, we'll hear from the special needs children and their parents who become an extended family because of their support system SKN has created for them. This part of the evening is always magical for me.
Absolutely. We have a lot in store for you over the next 45 minutes. And the best part is you can share our entire program with your friends and family on social media from the SKN Foundation Facebook page. And you can also donate on that page. Any amount is appreciated, big or small. And we know you will be motivated to be as generous as possible once you hear some of the stories we'll be sharing with you this evening.
So without further ado, let's jump right in with an invocation prayer from our Sanatan Vidyalaya kids and our scope programs, Anika Nair.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakundi Shama Prabha Nirvichnam Kumideva Shabaka Yishu Savana
Om Asatoma Sadgamaya
Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya
Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Banaktu
Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Sarve bhavantu sukhina Sarve santu niramaya
Sarve bhadrani pashyantu Ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet.
Good evening. They say that sometimes the road of life takes an unexpected turn, and you have no choice but to follow it, to end up in the place where you're supposed to be. I'm a strong believer that destiny creates our path in our lives. The people that we meet, those who guide us, those who influence us, and those who walk with us on this path all help to craft what we do and what we become in our lives. My destiny, too, took me on a path where I lost my dear and loved ones, which then made me reevaluate the purpose of my being. The friends and family who came in at that time of need then helped with the birth of Sri Krishna Nidhi Foundation, a foundation that is now 10 years old, and we are gathered here today to celebrate its birthday. A person needs a support system which they can fall on in the time of need, an effective support system that is accepted and trusted by the community, which can guide them on the path to well-being. Over the last 10-year journey, the SKN Foundation, which started as a group of family and friends coming together, has now evolved to a large, diverse network of respected professionals and passionate members of our community. Our first SKN milestone came with the start of our cultural heritage school, Sanatan Vidyalaya, led by Jagdish Talreja and Puneet Bhargav, which started in the basement and then evolved into 3 centers and 2 large annual community festivals, the Indian Heritage Festival and the Diwali Mela pre-pandemic.
Namaste and good evening. My name is Puneet Bhargav, and I have been involved with the SKN Foundation as a member of the Board of Directors for the last 8 years. Along with Jagdish Talreja, we have been managing the Sanatan Vidyalaya program, which is the oldest program at SKN Foundation and is focused on developing the proper spiritual, cultural, and physical health leading to the overall well-being of our youth. Sanatan Vidyalaya is one of our lifestyle programs that is focused on ensuring that children learn about their heritage and culture and feel strong about where they come from in a classroom environment with peers of their own age. They learn to recite Vedic prayers and verses from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita to help with their spiritual well-being and growth by encouraging them to do so on a regular basis. The program is now in its 11th year, and we have successfully educated over 2,000 students. Sanatan Vidyalaya is a volunteer-run organization and dependent on the active involvement of all community members, which is also an essential value and objective of the SKN Foundation to ensure the overall well-being and education of our community here in New Jersey and abroad.
Hello, this is Kamal Arora, CEO of Arora Hospitality Group. I have been a supporter of SKN for many years, and during these years, I have gained first-hand knowledge about the complications associated with diabetes in our community. Understanding the importance of nutrition and food in the management of diabetes has become a personal passion for me, as I'm heavily involved in the food industry. I'm extremely proud of the work SKN is doing for our community in preventing diabetes and its complications. I hope you will join me in helping and supporting SKN.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sanjeev Bagaria, CEO of GDB International and a trustee of SKN Foundation. I would like to say a few words about SKN's community outreach program for children with special needs, SCOPE. SCOPE works with special needs children and their families in order to ease their challenges by organizing support groups and various educational and social events throughout the year. Being a parent is hard. Being a parent to a child of special needs is extra hard. Truly, these parents are the superheroes who reside in the hearts of children fighting tough battles. When we see the joy and excitement in the eyes of our special needs children at the various SKN events, it truly makes me feel how fortunate I am for having the opportunity to contribute in any way I can. The work of SCOPE truly inspires me, and I feel a true sense of duty to be part of SKN Foundation. I appeal to all of you to please join me in supporting SKN. In the end, all I have to say is not all of us can do great things, but we certainly can do small things with great love. Let us unite together and support for this noble cause. Thank you.
अरे यार कोई एसी चला दो यार।
सही है सही।
मजा ही मजा है ब्रो। चलो शुरू करते हैं।
बाकी सारी फेक लगे, देख के तुझको ब्रेक लगे, दूर दूर से ठीक है रानी, पास आऊं तो सेक लगे।
पारा इतना हाई हुआ कि थर्मामीटर टूट गया, सैया जी का टपक टपक के हाय पसीना छूट गया।
कैसी गुंडागर्दी है, बंदी तू बेदर्दी है, सर्दी में भी कर दी है। आए घर में में कर दी समर, तू लैम्बोर्गिनी मैं हूँ हमर, वैसे भी कोई जल्दी नहीं मुझको, बचपन से ही मैं लेट कमर, मिलियन में तू बेबी एक हिलती कमर, जैसे स्नेक तेरी सुंदरता पे लिख दूं बेबी 2 फुट लंबा लेख, कर दूं 100 बात की एक, लेगी मुझको तुम माथा टेक, गर्मी कहते हैं किसको, तू मुझको गले लगा के देख, हर घर में
Our biggest accomplishment came when we officially partnered with a major leading healthcare system to launch an ethno-specific diabetes center at St. Peter's University Hospital for our South Asian community. A heartfelt thanks to Mr. Leslie Hirsch and the entire senior leadership of the healthcare system for helping us to create a center that has already benefited hundreds of patients. Their generosity has no bounds, as they have also become one of our diamond sponsors for our 10th birthday. There is no way to quantify the value of the crisis intervention with personalized treatment guidance that has been provided to hundreds of patients by the diabetes team under the supervision of Dr. Meena Murthy. The community outreach events to identify people who may be at risk and helping them with appropriate resources are ongoing, even during the pandemic, which has been led by Dr. Sunil Parikh and coordinated with our program director, Dr. Anna Kuriakis.
I'm Dr. Meena Murthy. I'm the chief of the Division of Endocrinology, Nutrition, and Metabolism at St. Peter's University Hospital. I'm also the director of SKN South Asian Diabetes Center. Today, I welcome you all and thank you for joining us to celebrate this special day. Around 2010, I met Dr. Naveen Malhotra and Dr. Geeta Gai. They are magicians, trust me on this. Without my knowledge, I had started volunteering for SKN. Dr. Malhotra introduced me to his mother, Mrs. Moti Malhotra. Soon, I realized I was addicted to SKN work as well as her motherly love. In her kitchen, I met the Bagaria family of GDB International, the trustees of SKN, many wonderful advisors and volunteers who work constantly with no expectation. All along, our efforts were to develop and implement programs to prevent chronic disease and disabilities in our South Asian community. Throughout that work, we found you all, many collaborators, supporters, and friends. With your help, outreach grew, and so did the need for medical care and support. St. Peter's, my home for 40 years, took on the challenge to provide comprehensive care for all, including the underinsured and uninsured. Thanks to Mr. Hirsch, our president for St. Peter's Healthcare System, our senior leaders, Dr. Nayan Khattari, my own mentor for 40 years, and Renee DiMarcio, our executive senior director. SKN South Asian Diabetes Center has been adopted and nurtured well under their care in the Department of Medicine at St. Peter's.
Good evening. Congratulations on the 10th anniversary of the SKN Foundation. Congratulations to Dr. Malhotra and all of the trustees of the foundation for all of the wonderful work that you're doing to help the South Asian community. We're very grateful for our partnership and look forward to continuing to grow and develop the South Asian Diabetes Center that is doing such a wonderful job for the entire community. We look forward to the year ahead with much optimism, and again, can't thank you enough for all that you've done for St. Peter's. We are truly appreciative. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jim Choma, St. Peter's Vice President for Catholic Mission and Chief Development Officer. The partnership between SKN Foundation and St. Peter's is a valued affiliation for the betterment of the South Asian community. Working together, we are providing advanced care for those affected by diabetes, which is a disease that disproportionately impacts the South Asian community. The words of St. Francis of Assisi are apropos. Start by doing what's necessary. Then do what is possible. Suddenly, you are doing the impossible. Namaste.
My name is Renee DiMarzio, and I am the Executive Director for the Department of Medicine at St. Peter's Healthcare System. Many patients and their families have benefited from the various programs we have led over the past year, from screenings and early detection, to education on prevention and risk reversal, and self-management education for those patients receiving treatment. On behalf of St. Peter's Healthcare System, I want to express my sincerest appreciation for the generous donations of masks, gowns, gloves, hand sanitizer, and the thousands of meals you have provided to our frontline workers, as well as our patients to keep them safe and healthy. Even in the most trying times, your team of volunteers continue to answer the call for those who are in need of assistance. Thank you for all that you do every day for our patients and for the community. You have truly made a difference in the lives of many people.
Hello, I am Sanjay Shah, pharmacist and owner of independent pharmacy Is in Pharmacy, and have been a member of SKN for past 10 years. As a practicing pharmacist, I have been an advocate of diabetes in our South Asian community for over 25 years. SKN's South Asian Diabetes Center, SADC, at St. Peter's University Hospital is one and only diabetes center in the state which provides South Asians free diabetes early detection and coaching services. There are more than 80 million South Asians who have diabetes, and half of them don't even know it. And they are at least 4 times at higher risk for diabetes-related complications. I have supported the incredible resource for our community, and I hope you will too.
Congrats SKN Foundation on your 10th anniversary. It's a great milestone. Great speaking to all of you who support this foundation, an organization which works tirelessly to educate our communities about their health risks and also educate them about lifestyles with healthier eating choices, a subject which is very close to my heart. We all understand that for communities to be strong, we all need to join hands. My campaign, Feed India, has served more than 53 million meals since April 1st in more than 125 cities across India during this pandemic. And we all understand the power of giving back. So I request all of you to support SKN Foundation wholeheartedly for a better community, for a stronger community.
We realize that even though our focus has been mainly for the benefit of the well-being of the South Asian community, we value all of our friends and neighbors. When the pandemic hit, we were the first ones to support our frontline workers. This effort, led by Sunil and Sanjeev Bagaria of GDB International, our benefactors, along with many of our SKN team members, delivered thousands of critically needed PPE donations to many major hospitals in New Jersey. The food drive fundraisers led by Sunita Banda and Dr. Sunil Parikh brought much needed food supplies to many.
And now we are joined by Dr. Parikh, Sunil Ji, and Sunita, who have done some incredible work on behalf of the SKN Foundation this year in the midst of this global health crisis. Sunil Ji, I want to start with you. When did it all begin? Tell us about the very beginning of this call for help that came out.
So, Jitin, it all started in February of 2020. And before I even go further, I want to reiterate here how proud I am of this initiative that SKN took. Its members, its trustees, and the entire board came together as a team and mobilized its resources to meet this COVID challenge. So, as you know, when COVID hit our country, there was an acute shortage of masks, gloves, PPE equipments. and shortage not only for the common men, but also for the frontline workers, in the form of doctors, nurses, and medical staff. And what we did is that we mobilized our connections and we airlifted a lot of masks and gloves from China in February itself. So we found ourselves a little better equipped than most of the other organizations in giving the help out to the community. And not only we airlifted all these things, but we also reached out to so many, traders and importers who claimed that they had masks in their stock and which we could buy from them and then supply to the community. So our biggest challenges that we faced was, I would say, in quality and logistics, two things. So because we wanted to make sure that the masks that we were buying to supply to the hospitals were of the right quality, right? We didn't want to create another problem because there were, as you know, a lot of people trying to, take advantage of the situation. So we made sure that our masks that we were picking up from individuals and other companies were of the right quality. And then because the time was of the essence, our members, SKN members personally would drive to pick up, say, 50 masks. If somebody had that, that quantity, that's such a small quantity at that time, even 50 masks made sense, that yes, somebody has it, let's go and pick it up so that we can bring it to another hospital where it will help the, the nurses and the staff.
So Dr. Parekh, you are a doctor yourself, and you realize the importance of these masks and the gowns and the sanitizers and all of the stuff for staff. What kind of a difference and impact do you think this made for hospitals in New Jersey when the community really pitched in to help the frontline workers?
The most important thing occurred was because of the scarcity, and then there is a dire cry by the healthcare workers about masks, PPEs, face shields, hand gloves, caps, and under the leadership of Dr. Murthy and Dr. Mehrotra and Sunil Bagaria ji and his brother Sanjeev Bagaria ji, SKN came together, and we were probably the first one. We did a benchmark in New Jersey, SKN Foundation, that we had collected masks from different states, gowns from different states where it was not that much prevalence of COVID. And overnight, and this was done within 24 hours, we got a request from the St. Peter's University Hospital, and we got them the items next day. And gradually this built up, the whole volunteer group built up. And from February onwards until even today, we have sustained the donation of PPEs. And then I got a call from a Kohler Center about a dire need for these people, frontline healthcare workers, those who were providing care in the beginning of people who are dying of COVID. They did not stop to take a break. They worked from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., 14 hours without any break. And the director of the Kohler Center called me, Sunil, this will not sustain, there will be too many dates. So right next day, we intervened with one thing called nutrition. And we created lunches for them. And with the grace of God and with the true leadership, we were able to provide them lunches and dinners right at a time for more than 45 days in Brooklyn and in Roosevelt Island Hospital. We took this concept to New Jersey because we had the same situation in New Jersey. I spoke with Dr. Murthy of SKN Foundation. We discussed, and a logistic was created for this. And we were able to create ready to serve, warm, fresh, individually served meals in a box with silverware, napkin, and bottle of water. And the lunch, which took about an hour for front care health workers, it moved from 60 minutes to 15 minutes. Besides that, They were nutritionally fed. Every lunch was nutritious. This way, as per as our statistics, we provided more than 12,000, minimum 12,000 meals were provided, but I think it is way beyond 12,000. But we saved 45 minutes for 12,000 health workers. We saved 9,000 hours. In average, if we understand money, if average from doctor to the nurse to the phlebotomist to the respiratory therapist, if we pay $100 per hour, we saved almost $1 million and so many lives. So in this way, lot of people, lot of organizations got together.
Wonderful. I mean, really the community coming together to help so many in need. Sunita, talk a little bit about your role in all of this, and specifically when it comes to the food programs. What kind of an impact would you say this made on the hospital staff? How appreciative were they to have these nutritious meals?
So the other thing that SKN did, along with the PPE and providing food and other services to the hospitals, was this summer we ran a food drive for MEC Food Emergency Food Services, who supports about 130 local food pantries, social service agencies, as well as soup kitchens. And because of the pandemic, their regular resources were pretty much dried up and they were in dire need. During that time, about 1 out of 8 families in Middlesex County, they were unsure of where their next meal might come. So at that point, I have recently lost my mother, and who was really strong believer of community service. And
sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Thank you. So the Foundation 3 Rose, in her name, teamed up with SKN, who is a strong believer in community service. Together, we have decided to help those who are affected by the pandemic. And together, within a span of 1 week, we were able to collect about $18,000, as well as 4,345 pounds of tons of food for the MEC food drive. And this was with Motima's blessings and under the leadership of Dr. Naveen and guidance of Meena Murthy. And I do have to thank, I think Sunil Parekh can add, the Vitaldam Somerset Temple and Manma Junction Temple, Swaminarayana Temple. They really raised up to the occasion and provided the tons of food that we needed. So within a span of week, the whole community came together, and we were able to provide 54,000 meals to the MEC Food Middlesex Center.
These are great examples. I want to ask each of you now, how do you feel after this year, after the work that you have done, after the service that you personally have done in the name of the SKN Foundation? Dr. Parekh, let's start with you. How do you feel right now, looking back?
I say that this is the time. I'm Bania by the time. So this is the time, the return on your investment is the highest. Whatever seva you do, the return on the seva is highest in my lifetime. Even giving a small mask can save a life. An $8.95 mask was my first donation in February. And it started, that ignited it. Sunita ji started 3 Rose Food Pantry program. In June, we submitted 5,400 pounds. And now, from June until now, right now in my house, I have about 6,000 pounds of food to be donated.
Absolutely incredible work. Sunita, how do you feel, as a mother, as someone who's part of the community, what does it mean to you to have done what you have done in this last year?
This is a testimony that collectively we can make a difference. And I think, wasn't sure before it started the food drive program, how it was gonna look like or what kind of difference we can make. But we're all blown away. And I'm thankful to SKN and for their presence and the support we got for SKN and this food drive initiative that we took. That I think we should continue this. I want to continue this. It created a hunger in us, and it showed us that we can make a difference, and this is the time to make a difference. So I really would like all of you to support SKN and the 10th anniversary so that we can make more programs and help this pandemic that's going on right now.
Incredible. And Sunil ji, any parting words for our friends and community listening?
See, to be in a position to do something, to help somebody and still not do it is probably a crime, in my view. And we are indeed privileged. We are like, we are endowed, right? We are privileged to be in a position to help, and we took it and we did it. We came under the SKN umbrella, and we came as a team, we came as a community to do whatever we could to help people face this serious situation. And for that alone, I am so proud that through SKN, every one of us, whoever is present here, got a chance to give back. And this is what makes SKN great. That whenever there is a need in the community, whenever there is something that we need to do, we rise to the occasion, which we did. And that makes us, as a team, special. That makes SKN special. Now, SKN, it's named SKN Foundation, but in my view, it's more like a movement, SKN movement. That's how it should be renamed. It's a movement to help, to contribute, to bring together, and have a feeling of this accomplishment that, guys, we rose to the occasion, and whatever small impact, large impact, that doesn't matter. But we did our best, and it's there for everyone to see.
Hi, I'm Dr. Priyanka Mehrotra, and I work at NYP Cornell as a pediatric intensivist in training.
And I'm Dr. Matthew Cagliostro, and I work at Mount Sinai as a cardiologist in training.
The only way to fight this pandemic is together. Thanks to SKN's generosity to the community and its medical providers, we received masks that were appropriately distributed during a time of such scarcity.
Cases of COVID-19 are rising in the community, and SKN is working tirelessly to educate those around them.
We thank SKN and its members for their extraordinary efforts to make this world a healthier and safer place.
My name is Dr. Kusum Punjabi, and I'm an emergency doctor at Rutgers University, Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I just want to sincerely, with my bottom of my heart, thank all the officers of SKN Foundation, all the members, all the donors of SKN Foundation for supporting an amazing cause. At the start of COVID, right early in like March, April, when we were really getting slammed with all the cases of COVID and we really didn't know what we were dealing with, the hospital sent a policy that, residents, medical students will not be getting extra masks or shields because we were trying to retain the PPE for the physicians, the attending physicians, to see the patients. I kind of expressed that to Dr. Naveen Mehrotra, and within 24 hours, he showed up in my ER with boxes of masks and shields that I could give to the resident doctors, the medical students, so that they could be protected as they're taking care of COVID patients. This was a huge sort of donation and really much needed by the hospital, by the medical student, by the medical school. This further, almost like I think a week later, another member of SKN Foundation stopped by the ER and donated face shields for us. Because as you all know, just wearing the mask sometimes is not protective. We have to protect the eyes. So wearing the face shield was a big donation that came forth also by SKN Foundation. And this happened very early. So I'm extremely grateful to Dr. Naveen Mehrotra, the SKN Foundation, for everything that you do and for continuing to support the medical community during this horrible time. Please stay safe and please continue to support such an amazing organization.
Our support network scope, or the Special Needs Community Outreach Program for Empowerment, now has over 250 family members who are a pillar of support for each other. So many members of the community daily exchange innumerable messages on the WhatsApp and Telegram groups to find out how to do better for their special needs child, some of them whom you will meet today. We probably do not realize the tremendous impact of the pandemic on all of our special needs families locked in their homes. How are the parents able to handle that stress of trying to manage their work, the household chores, and a special needs child who may be upset, anxious, not eating or sleeping properly because their daily routine, which they thrive on, had been disrupted? This is where the SCOPE community, our parent leaders, Vasu Gudimela and Tripti Bhaskaran, provide invaluable support and guidance to help such families. Hats off to you. The in-person social events of SCOPE bring families together in a judgment-free zone to relax and enjoy. The educational workshops teach parents to advocate for therapy services through the school system. Starting in 2021, SKN has also tied up with our partner organization in India, My Whole Child, to provide expert guidance and virtual treatment therapies for our special needs families, which will be provided free of cost to them. For every $100 of your donation that you give today, one special needs family will obtain direct expert treatment advice for their child.
My name is Vasu Nacha, and I'm one of the co-leads of the SCOPE program under SKN Foundation. The world of special needs can be very lonely. You see, when a family has a child with special needs, their entire life changes. It is hard for the child with special needs to learn and to play like other typical children. For the parents itself, life becomes a series of seemingly unending questions. They're often wondering about what type of an education their child might have, if their child will ever be able to hold a job, have a career, and settle down in the typical sense of the word. Parents also often wrangle with feelings of guilt, shame, and helplessness. They're often left wondering if they did something to make this happen, or if they should be doing something different to help their child. The world of special needs is also very complicated. There are lots of supports and services, but then there is a lot that parents and families need to learn to be able to take advantage of these supports and services. It can be very confusing, and many a times parents feel very frustrated because they do not know how to take advantage of everything that is available.
Hi, my name is Tripti Bhaskaran and I am a director of SCOPE, a program funded by SKN Foundation. Now that you know why SCOPE was created, it is really important to know what SCOPE does. Over the years, we have added many families into the SCOPE program. We've also added many activities that help our families. Let's look at some of them. In 2020, we're very proud to create a SCOPE FAQ booklet. This booklet is distributed by pediatricians and therapists who are approached by new parents or special needs children. We've also added a parent support specialist who reaches out to parents on a one-on-one basis and helps them find customized solutions to their problems. Our social media network is growing every day. Parents reach out to each other with questions and concerns. COVID has impacted all of us. Special needs families are no different. In fact, special needs children need in-person services and social interaction, which are very hard to come by now. We are trying to be creative in helping our families. We've added virtual support meetings for our parents, virtual informational and educational workshops, and we've also added virtual therapy sessions that parents can avail at a lower cost. Social events have always been a pride of SCOPE. We organize several events throughout the years where families can get together in a safe space, interact with each other, and form friendships on shared experiences. This has definitely been impacted this year. However, we have gotten creative. We are going to ensure that this holiday season, our children receive gifts from Santa Claus directly in their mailbox. There are many times we get asked this question, what can I do? Well, it's really easy. Let me list out 3 things. The first one is be inclusive. If you know a special needs family, please welcome them into your lives. And if you want to know how, we can help. The second thing that you can do is spread the word. If you know a special needs family who may benefit from our support, please let them know about Scope. We will do everything we can to welcome them to our growing family. And last but not the least, you can donate to our program. All the programs that we have mentioned, the workshops, the welcome package, these are organized on a regular basis and need planning and facilitating. What we have mentioned is just the tip of the iceberg. Our aim and vision is to ensure that we are with our families through their entire journey. Please help us realize this vision. Please support us. Thank you.
चांदनी रातें चांदनी रातें सब जग सोए हम जागे तारों से करें बातें चांदनी रातें हो चांदनी रातें चांदनी रातें चांदनी रातें.
Hello, this is Shivani Kashyap, and I'm here to be a part of SKN Foundation's 10th anniversary celebrations. Many of you know me as a singer and performer, but my true mission in life is to educate children all over the world and to ensure that they get an equal chance to succeed. I believe children are our future, and all those families who struggle with children with special needs can find this quite challenging. I'd like to truly commend the wonderful work that SKN Foundation is doing towards inspiring, motivating, empowering children with special needs and also helping them to be a part of the society and being a part of this inclusion process. All of you who are listening to me, I hope you can empathize with these families and please come forward and support this wonderful cause by lending a helping hand, by donating generously. I hope you could do this. It would be truly, truly wonderful. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
चांदनी रातें चांदनी रातें.
The SKN Scope Hallmark annual event Dance for a Cause, crafted and spearheaded by Jeannie Berry, director of the Rhythmic Arts Dance and Music Center, gives so many of our special needs children a chance to be on that main stage in an inclusive setup. Not just that, the event raises donations to give to our partners to help them with their work.
Hi, my name is Jeannie Berry, and I've been a part of the SKN team for a number of years now. My journey with SKN really started about 17 years ago when I met Dr. Mehrotra and his lovely family. His children used to come to me for dance classes, and after I had my first daughter, I wouldn't choose any other pediatrician except for him to be her caretaker. So after knowing each other for a number of years, we started brainstorming ideas on how we could bring dance and healthy living together. So obesity was something that was rampant in our community among children, so we wanted to address that. So we came up with the idea of Move It to Lose It. Move It to Lose It was an after-school program which gave children an hour dance class as well as about a 30-minute healthy eating class where they learned about foods that were good for them and what wasn't good for them. This was a very effective program that came about in a number of New Jersey schools, but we wanted to come up with something even bigger to bring more kids together in a way that was a little more fun for them. So, of course, dance is something that is very popular among the Indian community, especially among children. And me being a dance studio owner, as well as a special needs mom, I wanted to bring those two things together. That's how Dance for a Cause came about, which was a stress-free platform where the special needs community and their families could be a part of something that they probably may not have been able to do before. Dance is something that is so popular amongst the Indian community. Lots of kids do it and they love it. But there's not really many shows or events that happen that special needs kids could also be a part of, but they also love music and dance. So Dance for a Cause has been taking place for 4 years now, and over the 4 years we've been able to raise over $30,000 for 4 different charities. All of them benefit children with special needs in some way, shape, or form. The gratitude that we feel towards anybody who has participated in any of our events is immense. You don't realize how much just coming up on stage and dancing or just coming and watching our show has meant to so many special needs families. Congratulations, SKN, on your 10-year anniversary, and to all the volunteers who are members that have been working so hard over the years to make sure our South Asian community is healthier and happier every day.
बतलाता नहीं पर अंधेरे से डरता हूँ मैं
I may not be like you. Some of you may think I'm weird, but I just want to be loved and accepted like all of you. I see the world in a different but beautiful way. I know my mama and papa worry about me, but I'm strong and smart and I will get through this.
यूं तो मैं दिखलाता नहीं तेरी परवाह करता हूँ मैं माँ तुझे सब है पता है ना माँ तुझे सब है पता मेरी माँ
Hello everyone, this is Juhi Chawla Mehta. It's wonderful to be back with you and congratulate SKN on its 10th anniversary. I remember just a few years ago, I attended the event of SKN and I remember it was a very special evening. I heard some wonderful, inspiring stories from the people who spoke at the event and met some really wonderful people as well. And to all of you tonight, I say, please continue to support the great work of SKN, which has been supporting families of special needs children with resources and empowerment. I once again congratulate the entire team of SKN and everyone associated with it. All the very best for the future.
Hi everyone, and congratulations on SKN Foundation's 10th anniversary. I'm Minnie Mathur, and the 2017 Hope Gala that I hosted was an extremely memorable one for me. I had the opportunity of interviewing some amazing dads of special needs children, and I saw the children and their moms walk the ramp with amazing panache. And I think it's really important to raise awareness and to support families that have children of special needs. And I hope you will donate generously to all the causes and the effort that SKN Foundation puts. So go ahead and donate as generously as you can.
Good evening. I'm Alka Agarwal, CEO of EBC Radio. I'm so privileged and honored to be an integral part of SKN since its inception. As a media partner, I have helped to disseminate important health messages from SKN and understand the value of bringing them to our community. Having experienced the benefits of the South Asian Diabetes Center firsthand, I want to encourage all of you to support SKN with me in this initiative and their mission to improve the well-being of our community.
Hi everyone, my name is Karan Brahmani and I'm the CFO at Profit Brokers. I've also been a part of the SKN family and a member of the advisory board for a few years now. SKN is an organization that provides support to our South Asian community when it's needed the most. One of the main programs, the South Asian Diabetes Center at St. Peter's University Hospital, is one that has not only benefited many in the community, but has benefited me personally. It has taught me that early detection and expertly coordinated care are essential steps to a better health. I will continue to support the SKN Foundation, and I hope that you can join me and donate generously to help grow our programs to be a helping hand for the rest of our community, especially our future and our kids.
We would like to help more families who have children with special needs and need that appropriate guidance for their child to maximize his or her potential. We would like to reach out to more people to help them understand their risks for developing diabetes, how to coordinate their care to prevent complications, heart attacks, strokes, or kidney failure by making small lifestyle changes. We would like to expand our advocacy work that has been led by Ritesh Shah, where SKN has been able to present our community needs on the Senate floor. We have educated many legislators that even though we are the most affluent and the fastest growing ethnic minority in the country, we have many health disparities that need to be addressed and be taken care of.
As South Asians, we have to deal with large number of problems when it comes to healthcare. Not only do we have to deal with these disparities in healthcare, but we are also disproportionately impacted by illnesses like diabetes and heart problems. SKN focuses on the issues that we as a community are impacted by the most, and we do this through advocacy. SKN has always played an important role in educating legislators via Lobby Day and via Yoga Day in Trenton. SKN is important to me because it's a proof of just how strong our voices can be when we use them together and for a common cause. Happy 10th anniversary, SKN.
This is State Senator Vin Gopal. I'm proud to be New Jersey's first ever Indian American elected in the history of the New Jersey Senate. I want to take a moment today to congratulate the SKN Foundation on their 10-year anniversary. 10 years of incredible advocacy, outreach, and extraordinary work in protecting and supporting the safety, health, and well-being of the South Asian community. I want to give special thanks and recognition to Dr. Naveen Mehrotra, Dr. Murthy, and everybody at SKN. It's why we recognized the SKN Foundation on the floor of the New Jersey Senate, because of the incredible work they do each and every day. So thank you to all of you. God bless you, and continue to stay safe.
Congratulations to the SKN Foundation on this momentous occasion of your 10th anniversary. For an entire decade, you have been championing the incredible cause of addressing the dramatic disparities in access to critical healthcare services and outcomes for the South Asian diaspora community. And my dear friend Naveen, your tireless efforts, you embody the concept of seva or selfless service. I salute the SKN Foundation for all of your efforts and good work. Congratulations.
Hi, this is Congressman Frank Pallone. I want to congratulate and thank the SKN Foundation on the occasion of their 10th anniversary, and also for all their commitment to the health and education of our community. First of all, thanks for giving us so much hope. Together, we'll continue to have only positive expectations, and together, we'll continue to work to strengthen our community. So congratulations, thanks again, and may you have many more years.
So we are here with the captain of the SKN ship, Dr. Naveen Mehrotra. What a year it has been for you and your organization, and you guys have really risen to the challenge. Dr. Naveen, talk about what this year personally means for you and for SKN.
I think, Jitin, it first of all is disheartening, right? I think everybody's scared. We're not able to meet in person. And there are many, many concerns that people have in terms of how is life going to be going forward. All of the work that we have been doing over the last few years, some of it has come to a standstill, some of it had to be modified so that we can go ahead and continue to help our community the way we have been doing it. A lot of it has become virtual, and definitely I think the work that we're doing is much, much more meaningful because the people that are being benefited are really on a life and death situation, and many of them have gone through so much that the little help that we give them means a lot to them. And I think that is what makes our work this year the most satisfying and the most productive in all of the years that we have done.
In the last 45 minutes, people have really seen the breadth and the magnitude of the work SKN has done for the community. Everything from donating PPE masks to donating food to, the amazing things you do for your special needs children. What is your message to the people out there watching right now about the next chapter, about the next year for SKN? What do you want to tell them? How do you want to encourage them to give?
I want to go ahead and encourage them to give in whichever way they can, through volunteer hours, through support in food or PPE donations. Financially, obviously, is the best help that they can give. And go ahead and support the organization. Talk about the organization to many different people. Let them know that we are there to serve our community. And as the word goes out, more families get connected, more actually benefit from our services, and makes our work much more meaningful.
Dr. Naveen, what has been the highlight of this year for you, even though we've had a global health crisis and are in the midst of a pandemic? What is the one thing that really stands out for you?
One thing that makes everything stand out is being alive. And I think being there to serve the community, to make it through the storm that everybody has been wrapped into. And I think that is the biggest benefit, the biggest reward, the biggest success for me and for everyone that's involved in SKN.
What an incredible message. What an incredible night. The 10th anniversary of the SKN Foundation. We hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Again, please give. Any amount is not too little, not too big. Share this with your friends and family on social media. Tell them about the SKN Foundation, and we hope to receive a donation from you in the coming month. Once again, thank you so much for being with us. Good night.